In this video, we're going to cross compare your frontside 540 with mine because yours has some aspects that are better than mine, yet I'm riding away and you're having trouble putting down the landing gear. This is happening despite, not because of your landing, because your landing right now is money. You're coming in, landing both feet at the same time, body in a really nice position, and fully rotated. Where you can see I'm landing a little bit tail heavy, a little bit sloppy, under rotated. That said, I'm able to ride away despite of this, where you're not able to ride away even though you're going and absolutely stomping it. And this is all having to do with a very slight motion off the takeoff and in the air. So currently on the takeoff, you're getting fully extended. What's really awesome to see, you love to see this extension. It shows good power, good control, but it's making it so you're very leaned over your heel edge of your snowboard. This is making it so when you go and pop off for the takeoff, your upper body is staying slanted as your legs are staying straight, giving you a disconnect between your upper and lower body. Where we can see that my takeoff isn't quite as proper of a pop, it's a little bit less extended, but because of this, I'm going to keep my upper body more aligned with my upper body. What's going to lead us into the biggest problem you're having with your spin here, and that's your head positioning. So at this point in the duration, you want to be stacked, head over towards the knuckle, keeping as tall and straight over your board as possible without leaning side to side. Where we can see what's happening for you is you're having your head leaned out to the side instead of being in the center of your mass. A little bit of this is okay. You can see I'm not completely centered. This is because you still want to be pulling your head, leading the rotation, but when you let your upper body follow and lead into that, it's going to make it so you can't pull super hard into the spin or also throw you off axis. And that's leading us into the next issue here, and that's the moving of the head position. So see how your head is positioned here, you're sort of looking back at the takeoff of the jump instead of forward in front of you. So this is just a little bit of an over rotation of the upper body. And the reason why this is so troublesome for a front side 540 is it makes it so you need to keep your head station. So look at these different frames. Your head's in this position here, 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 all the way up until here. Your head hasn't moved from where it's spotting back off the takeoff. So this is making it so you need to go and flick your head around right here. And we can see that acceleration in your rotation. You're rotating slow, and then you flick your head and accelerate. And as you do this, your front arm falls slightly behind, leading the rotation as your upper body and lower body become connected. So what we're seeing here is you're getting stuck at this early point of a rotation because of where you're spotting, and that's making it so your upper body falls behind a little bit, keeping your whole torso too aligned. Where what you want to be doing is having your upper body lead the rotation through the full spin. So let's go and watch mine quick and watch what I'm doing with my front arm. I'm going and taking off, keeping everything stacked, keeping my spot in front, and then pulling that front arm through the full duration of the spin. So right here where you're trying to go and reach around the Horva spot, since I was spotting earlier, I'm able to go and just pull my head in, and I have a little bit of blindness right here, but since I'm leading with that arm, my chest is open, pulling into the rotation, it lets me go and spot the knuckle instantly at 270, where you're at 270 and you're trying to reach around looking slightly over your shoulder, causing that disconnect. And we'll get into why this is making it so you don't land in a second. But basically, you want to be throwing your spin less exaggerated so you can pull with your back arm, keep everything tight, and keep leading with that upper body because that's going to give you disconnect. What's actually really important for landing tricks like front fives, because if you go and land with everything super connected, that means finishing the rotation with your legs and upper body at the same time, like we're seeing here. It's going to make it so you have a lot of sideways momentum. It's going to make it so you wash out, and it's just hard to put the landing gears out. But since on the left, you can see that my upper body is leading the rotation right here, I let go of the grab at 360, and then I can use counter rotation to shift it around, letting me go and finish my rotation with my legs while keeping my upper body disconnected, allowing me to land and then disperse rotational energy. So that's what I want you to really pay attention to here. My arms are less rotated than my legs, and that makes it so when I land, I can let my arms continue the rotation, stopping my rotational momentum. Ideally, you can land both feet at the same time, completely stacked like you're doing, but to do this, you need to make sure that your rotational momentum is coming in super nice and controlled. So let's go and address how you can do that. So what you need to do is first, a little bit less leaning off the takeoff. Try to keep yourself a little bit more tall over your board. Even don't need to go that far. Just try to keep this upper body less slanted and more over top of your toe edge. You can think about this as thinking about taking off for your spin a little bit hard way. So instead of leaning off the heels, you're trying to just go and keep that center of mass a little bit more over top of your board. That will set you up for success. Then next, you need to make sure that you're spotting out in front of you like you would be for a 360. Spotting the knuckle in front will let you go and see for longer and will set you up for more control. Because if you start spotting the takeoff, it's going to make you lean into that spot, and that's going to keep your torso bent over. So this upper body position needs to be a little bit taller, keep your spot a little bit more forward towards the knuckle, and then that will put you here with a more straight, tall posture. Because right now you can see that you got a little bit of tilt in your board, and it's making it so you're rotating on a couple of different axes throughout the rotation. It's going to be a lot harder to control. So in this position, you want to be a little bit taller, having your whole upper body straight, including your shoulders. You can see how they're slanted here. That's going to be throwing you off. So try get this body position straight. Keep that head pulled into the shoulder, leading with that back arm, and that should put you on a cleaner axis that'll let you go and lead with your upper body, allowing you to then go and control your landing. But everything's looking really good. You just have this slight axis and spot problem that's really throwing you off and making it hard to land. Go fix the snap, keeping more tall, keep that arm leading the rotation as you keep your spot slightly more towards the knuckle. Well, not slightly, much more towards the knuckle off the takeoff. Don't spot the actual takeoff itself, always spot the knuckle. And that should make it so this front five is easy, breezy, and controllable. Let me know if you need any more feedback or any more suggestions, but I really think these tips will help you get this trick sorted because you're already so close.